What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So pretty much today's video we're going to be start working on the new Scion Frs, which is the great car. We're going to start by removing all the fluids from the vehicle. We're going to take out the front end, and hopefully we should be able to take out the motor, like the engine oil, the transmission fluid, and also I think we have a full tank of fuel on this car. I'm not really sure. If that's the case, we might have to pull all that out in case anything goes wrong and we set the car on fire. But first, we're gonna have to move the mighty porch that is blocking our driveway. Man, I'm not gonna lie, but this thing looks good though. Look at that Boxster. Wow. I'm super stoked about this car as well. To be honest, I don't drive this car much anymore because of that guy over there. I mean, it's a big difference between this car and that car. Power bands, power level is way different. That car is a lot faster. So guys, once you start driving a fast car, it's hard for you to get back and drive a slow car. Don't get me wrong, but this car is still a very fun car to drive, you know. I just don't take it out as much as the FRS, you know. So yeah, Boxster is ready to fire up. This car have no problems, man. 75,000 miles like a baby. This warm up a little bit, and then we're gonna move this guy, and then we're gonna move this guy. I think first we're gonna move this one. So FRS. All right, ready, guys? Cover your ear because this thing is loud. Well, not loud, but just, you know, race car status. Whoop. Clutch in. And for last, the broken heart stock Scion Frs. Not bad. All three cars are on now. Holy shit, between the three cars we made like a sound turbulence. It's crazy. I don't know what I should and what I should not because of limit of space that I have here. I think I should face the motor this way, because if I ever have to bring a hoist, I cannot bring it in here, so I tend to turn the car around. So there you have it. Just flip the car around, making sure that we're gonna have enough room to, you know, pull the motor in and out. Enough room on the back for my dad to come in with his bike, so that's plenty of room on the other side as well, so we can gain access, you know, to anything that we're gonna be need. I guess now I would just try to put this car in here. Hopefully we should have enough room here to get in. We'll see. So there you have it. It wasn't that bad. We actually got plenty of room in here though. So this car is gonna stay here on the gravel for now until I guess I get like a shop or something. I need a space so badly. Like I said, there's nothing else to touch up on this car until next year. Still trying to get the exhaust going because there's no exhaust, and also we're gonna try to replace all those aluminum piping for titanium. I do want to, you know, get like a really crazy look in here. So that'd be the plan. So yeah, so there is no exhaust on the car yet, but that's gonna be our next project, putting an exhaust on this car. I mean, there's it's very short. It's a downpipe, and I have like maybe like a foot of piping in there, and then that's pretty much it, because that pipe basically is finished somewhere under the passenger seat, so all the fume and all the heat it gets really bad down there. So yeah, that's our next project. For the meantime, we're gonna be start working on this car now. Alright, so we got the FRS up on the quick jack. So cool. Added 2 jack stand on the bottom, just in case, you know, never know. Safety first. Plus the concrete is not 100% level, so we gotta make sure that it's 100% safe before we get down there and start unbolting stuff. But like I said, we're gonna just try to, you know, drain all the fluid out first, like the coolant, then engine oil, transmission fluid, and also we got the fuel, but that could be at last because we're gonna leave the stock fuel lines. After that, we should be able to prime the fuel pump, and from there should, you know, prime all the fuel out. All right, so we got everything set up on the quick jack stand under the car, just in case, you never know. Shake the car a little bit, make sure it doesn't jiggle or wiggle, you know, jiggle, wiggle, wiggle. This is pretty much for all BRZ and FRS owners, Fa20s people. Step for you to do a oil change on the car. So here's your oil filter, here's you have your oil filler cap. You know, make sure that you have those loose before you start your oil change. All right, but since I'm not doing an oil change, I'm just gonna do a, you know, full drain. It's gonna be a lot easier. So pretty much here a view under the car for you if you're gonna drain the oil and add new ones. Of course, this is, you know, the drain plug. You're gonna use a 14mm range socket, loosen this guy up, and then you should be able to drain all your fluid. One thing that I highly recommend you to get is get one of these low profile bucket for your fluids, your engine oil, your coolant, or your transmission fluid. This thing works really good. You could get this in AutoZone for like $10–15. Alright, so once we have the engine oil fully drained out, it's time to remove the transmission fluids. So to drain out the transmission fluid, you're gonna find this bowl on the back. It's a 14mm wrench socket as well. So once you pull that out, you should be able to drain your fluid. So the engine oil is out, the trans fluid is out as well. What we're missing is the coolant and also the fuel. Now for the coolant, I will leave it after I take out the whole front end, like the bumper, the headlights, both headlights, the crash bar, the AC condenser. So pretty much the whole front end is going to come out, and then we should be able to have access to the radiator, and you know, from there we could just drain the coolant and I guess you know, start disconnecting everything and have the motor out. To remove the front bumper on the Scion Frs is actually very simple. All you gotta release is all these bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are actually clips, so you have to pop out. All right, 8, 9, 10. This light, 11, 12, and 13, and of course the clips on the bottom, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Once you take those out, we should be able to, you know, hold the bumper forward. Just be careful, you know, you got some clips here, like a tab that's holding the bumper on this side, right behind this. And also there's clips under the headlight, you know, that the bumper sits in. Just be careful, just be gentle, don't go all muscle out because you're gonna rip those apart and then your bumper will start to sag. Now one thing that I highly recommend you to do is grab yourself, you know, a couple of Ziplocs because you're gonna need them. One thing that I didn't do on the other FRS is I ended up like losing all the bolts, and I don't like to start guessing. So, you know, write down what you need, put all the bumpers bolts in here, and you should be good to go when you have to put those back. So to remove these side clips that's holding the bumper, it is actually very easy. You need a flathead screwdriver and you need one of these tools that you can get online to pull these clips out. Just boom, 1, we got 3 to go. Okay, so pretty much all the clips on the bottoms are out. Some of them just stood there, but is on the bumper, is not on the panels, so it should be all right. Now we should be able to take the bumper out. The fog lights. Alright. took the fog lights out, but it's okay. One. So the only thing that I forgot to mention is you need to remove this blinker bolt out of the housing. Otherwise you will, like, you know, dragging the bumper with it. So, or just disconnect it from here for this clip. So I mean, either way it works. So the bumper's out. Once we have the bumper out of the way, we can start removing the headlight. Now to remove the headlight, it is actually very easy as well. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are 10mm as well. Once you pull this bracket out, you should be able to pull the headlights out. There you go, one side is out. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the other side. You have it, front bumper, headlights, in less than probably like half an hour. Quick. Next we're going to remove the ducting from the L filter. We got all this clip here that is attached to the bash bar or crash bar. I mean, it's the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 10mm that goes in here. And then after that we should be able to remove the whole airbox system. So we got all the bolts, the clamps, loosening up this one as well. Now we can go ahead and remove the math sensor, just a clip, and this should pop out like so. Wow. Boom. Oh, there's a clip over here, my bad. And we got the whole intake system out, the airbox and everything. Now we can go ahead and remove this crash bar. I think these are, if I remember, I think these are 12mm bolts. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side. You should be able to push this crash bar out. So there you have it, the front crash bar is being removed. A little tricky here on this side because you have this windshield washer reservoir, so it's kind of on the way, so you got to remove it. You know, there's the 10mm bolt here, and also there's another one on the back over there. So once you know, put this on the side, you should be able to access the bolt over here for the crash bar. Now we could just go ahead and remove this upper radiator support. To remove the upper radiator support, it is actually very simple. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is, this is the hood latch bracket, 8, 9 at the bottom. And once you have those bolts out, you should be able to take this out. Boom. And then from here we should have access to our fan, to our radiator, our AC condenser, and the whole engine bay.